We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we are looking at Void Rivals, Issue 1. This is a 2023 series from Image Comics, written by Robert Kirkman, art by Lorenzo di Felici, colors by Matheus Lopes, letters by Russ Wooton. I have the second print, so the cover is by Jason Howard. Alright, so we have two people that were engaged in conflict, one from each side, and they both crashed on this small, apparently empty planetoid. They immediately, of course, start fighting each other, but then realize that neither of them are getting off this place unless they work together, and they don't really want to do that. Of course, things go kind of south when they attempt to repair one of the ships, but they do find another ship out in the wastelands, and they try and charge it up a little bit, and it turns out to be, a plot device to get you to buy the book. It's a transformer. So Jetfire is there and immediately leaves because 3 pages was enough, I guess, and he just leaves these little creatures stranded there. So this was a really sneaky way to introduce the shared universe now that Robert Kirkman's Skybound imprint at Image has the rights to Transformers and G.I. Joe and probably several other Hasbro lines. It might make reprinting this later down the line a bit of a problem because they are using a Hasbro owned character in an original IP. So those 3 or 4 pages might get deleted at a future time. Well, eventually these two people take their masks off and they turn out to be really ugly jaundiced people, and we learn one of them had a vision. Overall, the story's okay. It reminds me a lot of Enemy Mine, which if you've never seen that movie, it was really good. So it doesn't strike me as being terribly original, and it's incredibly decompressed like most of Robert Kirkman's work. So it's going to probably take 12 issues to finish half a story arc, and that's really annoying. If I'd known Robert Kirkman wrote this, I wouldn't have ordered it, because his storytelling tends to be insanely decompressed so that there is a massive amount of wasted space with people staring at each other or walking around, or these big panels and major 2-page spreads that really didn't need to be there. It's like really in-depth storyboarding, and I find it very, very frustrating to read in single issue forms. It is definitely designed for trades, but it's off to an okay start. It's not the most memorable thing ever. I don't really care about these aliens with jewels in their foreheads. I don't know what that means. Maybe they're going to go to Carousel and Logan is going to run away. If you get that reference, you're fairly old, but you have good movie taste. I kind of am not that impressed with this so far. Maybe issue 2 will pick up the pace a little bit, but I'm willing to give it a couple more issues to see if Kirkman's going to actually tell me a story in a reasonable amount of time, or if it's just trade-worthy. So I didn't hate it, I didn't love it, but it's not particularly original, and the whole idea of putting a Transformer in here was just a ploy to sell books. It really has nothing to do with Transformers so far, and it really seems to have just been a gimmick. So there's a lazy gimmick, decompressed storytelling, and some fairly mediocre art overall. I just didn't care for a lot of the stuff in here, especially the art style. I really don't like that very much. Jetfire looked really cool, but the creatures look a bit silly. They're supposed to look humanoid, and they look like really weird parody characters. So I'd have to say the cover price at $4, it's not worth that. Grab it out of a discount bin. But again, it's not that bad of a story. It's just not very original, and I didn't care for a lot of elements in here. Just wait for the trade if you really, really want to read it. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.